Before showing you a very interesting table, let us see what I saw in the internet and could see the place exactly. And this is the place, and this is what is written there. Biden, dangerous for America. So, people wanted to know if the blueprint of creation, which is the Bible code, the Torah code, says something about this. Okay, I'm not a politician, but I look in Bible code about the following table. And this is what the following table says in the Torah, which is the blueprint of creation. We know quite well God created the world according to the Torah, and everything is happening is there because right in the beginning, God put in the Torah, like somebody put in computer, plans, and this is what is in the Torah. So what comes out and what makes it significant? Once of the Torah comes by the disaster, frightening, to whom? L'Artzot Habrit, to the United States, and definitely to Israel. I didn't bring Israel because many times Israel appears as bad, no doubt. Why? So I looked in the table, perhaps, as always the Torah gives you explanation, reasons why. So here I saw, unbelievable. Parallel comes, if you remember, parallel is very significant in table, not that you can do what you want to, because here Amalekite come, Amalekite. So the question, why? So, if you followed my YouTubes properly, Amalekite represents spiritual forces who are against the Torah, against God, right? And many places in the Torah, we see that Amalekite came to attack Israel when the desert of Shabbos, didn't keep commandments properly, clearly written. Anybody who knows what the Torah says, like it's written when Israel came out of Egypt in the desert, some desecrated Shabbos, and Amalek came to fight them. Another place in the desert which is called Rephidim, it was another place of war with Amalekite, and our Rebbe said as Rephidim means they were loose in doing the commandments of God. Then is written Amalekite, Asher Kacha Baderech. Amalekite is spiritual force who makes people impure, defiles them, and the Rashi says, the commentator, the Medrash, in homosexuality. Right? This is against the creation of God. And amazingly, it's written, Matityahu Glazerson, the land became impure because of this. Now, so looking more into this table, want to know what the Torah says. This, what is unbelievable. Corona comes here. Why Corona? Because Corona is from heaven. And it came to bring people back to the Torah. This is what we said clearly. Even 2/3 of the Americans believe that the Corona is from God. It means for God. It means that God wants us something. He wants us to repent, to mend our deeds. And both Jews and non-Jews had to keep. Jews have to keep many. But non-Jews have to keep the 7 laws of Noach, and one of them is to do with sexual matters, which is homosexuality, abortion. This causes and makes God very angry, and we know quite well. In Genesis, our rabbis tell us there the rain lasted 40 days, was the flood. So why 49? Why not 41? 13. So our rabbis tell us, unbelievable, because we know quite well that the time of the embryo in the womb, from the time of conception, is 40 days. By the way, interesting that in Hebrew, embryo, blood, is the same numerical value of blood, 40. So we know the science said now, but we have in the Torah. So clearly showing that Corona is kind of punishment from God. And what is the Corona? Unbelievable. Comes here, Hamagefa, the pandemic. This is unbelievable. Now, when we speak about the evil forces of impurity, And we know quite well, unfortunately, the Democrats, liberal, allow homosexuality, one man married, which is clearly destroying what God wanted to do. So no surprise that you have the corona, and the corona goes more and more, especially in Europe, the States, difficult to get rid of it. What is so interesting that you have the evil forces behind all these things. We have here the Samael. You see very small, I think even the smallest appearance of the Samael here. And with his female, Lily is coming together. Both Samael have to do more with power of pride, to do more with nations which are, against God, proud about it, think they can, they are above everything. And Lilith is an evil force of lust, which is really mainly the Arabs, a lot of women they need. And they represent lust, amazing. And all this come together, unbelievable. And this is what the Magifah, we said in our YouTube, that many rabbis said that this is the cause of the plague. Now, speaking about the disaster which Biden will bring, because against the Torah, so the flood will destroy the world because of this. Okay, our rabbi told us that it will not be flood of water all over the world. It will be in different states, like Baltimore and other places, Carolina, but not all over the world. But our rabbis tell us more than 2,000 years ago that a flood of pestilence, which is plagues, will be all over. Clearly, there is the Talmud says, tractate, and it says that before the coming of the Messiah, a flood, Deber Gadol Yavo L'Olam, big plague will come to the world. And it is a Samuch LaMashiach to prepare for Messiah. Because to have the Messiah, you need to return to God to keep the Torah. No, unfortunately, we know quite well that behind Biden, the dangerous, he himself very likely will not so active in what is going to come. But Obama, twice, you see Obama, twice even Obama, because we know quite well. He was this one, did a lot of troubles to Jews, made God very cross. This is why he was thrown out from. But also important to know that Obama, very much wanted the agreement with Iran to carry on. Who knows? If it will be like this, already they will have the bomb ready. Yeah. And the most dangerous are the leftists. What you can do is the left in Israel also. In Israel, the left people don't believe in God, don't believe in the Shabbat. And you see in Israel, all those, Lapid, Lieberman, even Gantz also, they want to desecrate the Sabbath and so on. So clearly, these are the Samael. In Hebrew is small. In Kabbalistic, is small is very similar to the letter of Samael, because Samael, our rabbis tell us, has a meaning. Samael means to blind God. When to blind God, how can you blind God? Sama in Hebrew is to blind, and Kel is God. How? Definitely, but saying, no, there is no God, we can do whatever we want to, permissible. Yes, this is exactly this evil force of Amalek. Not believing in God, and not at all realizing there is a God and there is reward and punishment for things. So, as I said, the reason that I looked into it, because I saw you can see all the places, you can see it more maybe, but Biden, danger was for America. So people immediately wanted to know, is the Bible code say something? You found before that Donald Trump will be elected 3 months before. By the way, you can see, if you put in the internet, quite few television brought me that 3 months before, I showed in the internet came out that Donald Trump will be the president of Israel, of the state. No doubt, he's good. Why? Because he believes in God. He believes in Israel, believes in Jerusalem, which the liberal and the others don't believe in, So, this is what you see here. I don't know who wrote it, but Biden dangerous for the America. And then the table, as I said, clearly shows once is the Torah, Biden disaster. Then best meeting with Artsot Abrit. And he said, I didn't bring Israel because there are many times here they didn't want to bring it. But unbelievably, the evil forces coming so together, even minimal. I said many times that the program that I'm using is Dr. Alexander Rothenberg. He himself wrote a book about the courts. It's called All Is Truth. And he himself, with Rips together, they're really Russian scientists. So when Professor Rips showed him the phenomenon of the code, he looked into it properly. And then he said, yeah, there is a God. Yeah, no doubt, far away from being coincidence. He became Orthodox Jew, and he made this program that I'm using. And this is what is Bible code you can read. In many places in the internet, the Old Torah, letter after letter, the 5 books of Moses, and the same skip, ELS. Okay, you can read about it a lot. And this is exactly what comes in this table, once in the Torah. This is what he said. Dr. Rosenberg says that more important than statistic is if it is once in the Torah. If you have parallel, if you have minimal, I think maybe, minimal. This is only once the Torah. Then you have Samael, I think quite small, might be even the smallest. So, exactly what is going on, we have here. And as I said, what I'm showing is what the Bible code says, or the Torah code. Because the Bible code, Torah code me 3 months before. You could see it in the internet that Trump will be elected. No, hoping that now it will be also because he believes in Israel, believes in the prophecies of the Bible. Yeah. And the leftists in Israel also disturbing me, also. But hoping that we are now very near to the time of the Messiah. And as I said, clear indications that Corona, this plague comes to bring people back to God. And as we said, a good sign that 2/3 of the American believe that it's from God. Only what's another step that they need to do to realize why. In Israel, we hope that Israel will be also like this because still we have in Israel opposition to the Shabbat, to holiness, to sanctity of life. So interesting and significant table for our time.